In the name of Allah, who is the most bountiful and the most merciful. Today our topic of discussion is modern periodic table. The modern periodic table is based on atomic number as we discussed earlier. So the what is the basis of modern periodic table? It is the atomic number. And which order we use? We use ascending order. We use ascending order. Our basis, our main topic of discussion today discussion is groups and periods. So what is groups and what is periods? What is the main features of groups and periods? What it contains in itself? So we are going to discuss in this lecture. So first of all, what is groups? What is groups? Actually, when we look our modern periodic table, then we know there is horizontal rows and vertical columns. Then elements with similar properties are placed. Elements with similar properties are placed in a vertical column. In a vertical column, which is called groups. So groups are vertical columns of the modern periodic table. Groups are called vertical columns of the modern periodic table. Vertical column. And the horizontal rows are called periods. Horizontal rows are called periods. So elements with similar. So we are going to look. We are going to discuss about what is the features of groups. So every group contain elements with similar properties in it. So there are 8 groups. How many groups in the periodic table? There are 8 group. Oh yes, we got. Here are 8 groups in periodic table, which are numbers, Roman numerals 1 to 8. 1 to 8. We discussed earlier that are each groups divided into 2 subgroups, so which is named as categorized as A and B. First A and second B. So the subgroups containing for A category, representative or normal elements are labeled as A subgroup. The A group subgroup containing representative or normal elements are labeled as A group, and the where B subgroups contains less typical elements. These are less typical elements, contains less typical elements, and the normal elements. Normal elements. So these are normal elements, and the B containing the less typical elements, which is called transition elements, whereas as we discussed transition elements in this transition elements are arranged in the center of the periodic table, the horizontal. Next one, as we discussed earlier, these are the main features of groups. So the next one, our topic is what is periods. We can say that the horizontal rows called in a periodic table are called periods. The essential features are discussed below. First of all, there are 7 periods in modern periodic table. There are 7 periods in the periodic table, numbered Arabic. These are numbered 1 to 7 as Arabic. These are numerals, Roman numerals, and these are Arabic number 1 to 7. And first one period is small. First one is small period, and second and third is short period called short, and fourth and fifth is long period, and seventh and eighth period is called very long period. So first period contains only two elements, and the two and third periods contained second and third period contains eighth elements in each of its periods, and the and fifth fourth and fifth periods are called long, and each period consists 18 elements, and the seventh and eighth groups periods are called very long periods and contains 32 elements. So first period, as we discussed, it is a small period. It contains only two elements, which is hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen and helium. And second and third group contain eight elements each and are called short periods. All the elements in these periods are representative elements and belong to a subgroup. In these periods, every eighth element resembles in properties with the first element. So in this group, we are discussing about second group. Every eighth element resembles its properties to first one. For example, we can see that lithium and beryllium in the second period resemble in most of their properties with sodium and magnesium of the third period. So lithium and beryllium resemblance with sodium and magnesium of third period respectively. Similarly, bronze and aluminiums and with fluorine show its so on different properties. So fluorine and chlorine also third periods it contains resemblance with. So the fourth and fifth are called long period. And fifth are called long periods. So long period means it contains 18 elements within itself. Each long period consists of 18 elements. Out of these, 8 are representative elements belonging to A subgroup, similar to second and third periods, whereas the other 10 elements placed in the center of the table belong to B subgroup. So 8 A category and the 10 are B category and placed in center. So we are going to discuss about fourth and fifth group. This is we are then in the group the repetition of properties among the elements occur after 18th elements, as after potassium having atomic number 19, the next element with similar properties is rubidium, which is called K is 19 and rubidium is 37. So the properties similar with come across after 18th number. So the next one is our period 6 is also a long period. Here is 6 and 7, sorry, 6 and 7. Sixth period is also a long period which contains 32 elements. In this period there are 8 representative elements, and 8 representative elements are belong to A subcategories. In and the 10 transition elements and new set of there is 10 transition elements B category, and the new set of and the new set of 14 elements of which is called actually lanthanide series. Lanthanides have remarkably similar properties and are usually shown separately at the bottom of the periodic table. But in the periodic table it is shown as it is lanthanide series. So as it is follow upon the lanthanum, which is 57. So the other one, the last one period is the seventh period. Last one period is seventh period, which is also mm, very long period, but it is incompleted so far. It contains only two normal elements, francium and ru- rubidium, 10 transition elements and 14 inner transition elements. The inner transition elements of this period are called actinides, as it follows actinum, which is 89th atomic number, which have 89th atomic number due to the actinides are also shown at the bottom of the periodic table under the lanthanide. Due to their scarcity, the inner transition elements are also called rare earth metals. These are there. This is scarcity in the earth inner transition elements. It is also called rare earth metals. Rare earth metals, and these are the first. We can recap this our today topic. We are going to recap. Please listen carefully. So today our topic of discussion was the modern periodic table and its properties. And first one, we can say that it is based on atomic number, not atomic mass. And the second one, it is arranged as which order? Ascending order. If we talk about groups and period, we can say that horizontal and vertical rows and vertical columns. There are horizontal rows and vertical columns. Vertical columns are called groups, and the horizontal rows are called periods. So there are eight group which is named as Roman numerals 1 to 8, and divided into two groups, A and B. And there are seven periods which is named as Arabic numeral 1 to 7. And we can say also say a subcategory contains normal elements, and B contains less typical elements, which is also called transition elements. So in groups we can say that elements having similar properties are placed in a same group. So the if we talk about periods, there are seven periods. First one is small period, the second and third one is short period, fourth and fifth one the long period, and the sixth and seventh one is very long period. First one contains two elements, hydrogen and helium. Short, and the second and third one is eight period. Properties are repeated in every eighth element, and the second, third, fourth and fifth contain 18th element, and it contains properties are repeated after 18th element. As we discussed, give an example of potassium and rubidium, which is potassium have 19 and the rubidium has 37 number, which is a difference of 18th element. And the sixth and seventh, if we talk about sixth and seventh group, then we come across that sixth group is very long period containing 32 elements, which have 8th A normal groups and 10th B group and the 14th lanthanide series groups, which are rare earth metals and placed in the bottom of the periodic table. If we talk about the seventh period, which is called, actually it is so far undiscovered elements, it has gaps for undiscovered elements, and it is also containing almost 32 elements, which is we can show that. And it also contains two normal elements and elements and as actinide series, which is follows actinum, which is 89 AC. And in this we can say due to their scarcity, the inner transition elements are also called uh, rare earth metals. This is the this is our top this is our today topic of discussion. If you have any question related to it, then we can discuss in description in comment below. So thank you so much. We will come across soon for next topic, next new topic. Thank you so much.